Welcome to the MetaGame with Only Black Mage. This time we'll be covering Batman Arkham City in the Industrial District. This is the southeasternmost part of the entire area, and except for the subway, pretty much concludes the entire eastern portion of the entire map. We'll be exiting from the steel mill, from the exit that is the section of the destroyed roof that comes late game. This, however, is the only exit in the steel mill, so it's a good marker. As soon as you exit, go ahead and what you're going to need to do is turn around to get the first trophy. It's kind of tucked away, so it's very easy to get lost among all the debris. It helps if you have a marker from a green thug to mark the place, but try to follow closely. It's in a small tucked away zone close to where I am right here. What we're going to do is actually walk around the smokestack here. We're going to see this destroyed wall, or wall to be destroyed, and we will destroy it. To reveal a question mark that needs to be hit. However, you're only going to have a few seconds to go ahead and collect the riddle itself, which is on the opposite side of this grate, where if you sneak between these two smokestacks here, you're going to see it right there. Obviously, this means we need to employ our trusty remote batarang. So you have a nice berth, just go ahead and line around the corner there. Should be a nice easy throw. And as you see, you only have about 4 seconds to snap over and collect your riddle trophy. The next Riddler trophy is actually up on this small little I guess you'd call it a balcony sort of area. Either way, it's on the easternmost side of the steel mill on the outside. It's pretty simple, it sticks out like a sore thumb. You're going to see a small little hobo camp there. Go ahead and just drop down, and it's standing right there out in the open. How the person gets here, I have no idea. We're going to walk around the perimeter of the island now. This is actually a good launching point to the next Riddle trophy. It's actually right above water level. Similar to the previous gliding ones where you need to glide and land directly on a pressure plate, so too must you do that here, but be careful not to hit the water. So rather than descend onto the pressure plate, what we're going to do is dip down, gain a little altitude, and dive into the cage, ascending over the water onto the pressure plate. If we tried simply descending into it, we would not be able to. The cage is too long otherwise. As soon as you collect the Riddle trophy, the roof opens up. And we are not too far from the next Riddle. Yet another reference to Black Mask. A character that I honestly thought they were going to make, given the crime war boss, thug leader sort of bosses running around and fighting over turf. It seemed like it would be a natural choice, but nope, just many references and cameos. If you scan the sort of demolitioned wall area and cover up the hole, then that's the riddle itself. The next one is so very much off the map that it's going to take a little bit of a distance to see where we're going. If you see the outer wall, that small little alcove area, that is where we'll be heading into. However, there's no place to grapple onto, so what that means is we're going to have to glide into it. But it's pretty high up, so we're going to have to get a little altitude ourselves. This over here is good enough, so we're just going to go ahead and kick off and just glide into it. Knowing where you're gliding helps, of course. Be careful to land on the outer area. Don't stand inside. Over there is dangerous for a reason. However, go ahead and just use your back claw to grab it from a distance. I have no idea who Tiger anticipated, stepping over there. Glide back onto the mainland. And we are behind the steel mill now. Standing out of place, you're going to notice this small locomotive, sort of almost a childish sort of train. On the back of it is a motor. What we're going to do is send that down the track a little bit. Just one pop will go ahead and send it where it needs to go, which is right underneath this destroyable wall. Do so, and hanging underneath is a Riddle trophy. As we exit, we're going to go ahead and turn around, jump on top of the roof of the steel mill over here, and you notice this sort of area right here has a destroyable wall. Just simply barrel on through. Another Riddler trophy. Okay, go ahead and just start from the south part, work our way up. Continue crossing over the steel mill towards our marker there. Careful on this area, like I mentioned before, there are many armed thugs. And they have pretty good eyesight and will gun you down from a distance. Over there is a grate with some stuff on the top, sort of amusement park ride. You can actually slide underneath the grate there and simply look up and nab it with your back claw. There's a slightly off the map Riddler trophy there, which usually indicates that there's some sort of tiger containment unit. As we go down south, we see that's exactly pretty much the case. This one is electrified, and to make it safe, as you follow the line there in detective mode, you notice there's a button over there in the distance. Just throw your remote batarang over and hit it. There you go. And now it's safe. We're now going over to buildings that are directly west of the steel mill. On street level, just turn the corner around here. There might be some thugs there that you usually have to beat up. But you see a small grated door that can be opened up with the REC. Hit that first, step on the pressure plate, and what you'll see is over in the adjacent room, you have to use your ranged cryptography device, little sequencer. Decrypt that. Step off the pressure plate, unlock the door with the REC, slide under, and apply explosive gel to this wall. It's kind of a gadget-heavy little Riddler trophy we're getting here. Detonate that and collect our prize. From where we are, just shoot up the roof there. And you see a small little pressure plate puzzle. One of these will illuminate as soon as we step on. Just follow the illuminated one and hit it when the sequence stops spinning. So keep your eye on the birdie. There we go. Yeah, Riddler trophy. Alright, so turn off from the roof here. See that giant sort of crane? Just go ahead and dive underneath there, and you see there's a Riddler trophy right underneath there. Next to the excavated entrance to the sewers. Right over the wall that's adjacent to this giant crane. Just jump over there. It's another pressure plate puzzle. This one's simple, just what you need to do is stand on one and hit the other two without touching anything else, so that means we need to use our bat line and very carefully jump off before we hit the pressure plate so we land right on top of it. Those three will unlock another Riddler trophy. We're going to wind around the area now. See a Riddler there on the corner. Just running down the street, there's really nothing much of interest around here. Jump over this truck, and you'll notice a guy who's propped up against this telephone. Take a picture of this strange setup, and that itself is a riddle. Over in the water, which is central to the area, the industrial district, go over to the west side, and you should notice where the marker is right here that there's actually a part of the water that's somewhat illuminated green. As we look over the edge, what we're going to need to do is set up a little freeze raft there. Get my throwing arm in position. Be careful jumping down. Look around, and if you turn on detective mode, you'll notice this small hatch that needs to be opened. There's a single hook, which, singles it out pretty obviously, and an illuminated part of the water that's green. That's where the riddle will fall down. So use your back claw to rip open the hatch, and out falls a riddle trophy. Pretty much it for the sub-steel area. So get out of the water there, and right across the street, it's this sort of open area. You can just drop down into it. There's a riddle globe there, and the entrance is actually on the opposite side, so it's really not that complicated. Just run down here, past these booths, jump over the wall, make a U-turn very shortly, jump back over the wall, and unopposed, there is a riddle trophy that's blocked only by a cryptographic sequence. Unlock it, and one more Riddler trophy. Careful with the fire, you can actually get burned in this game, I learned that. Who knew? Anyway, right around the corner, literally, is a wall that you can go ahead and destroy. Do so. Riddler trophy. Kick over the wall there and start going up. Go up to the strong tower here with the illuminated neon sign, and we're going to dive around here. There is a section of cardboard that we need to bust through and land on a switch, but let's go ahead and destroy the wall first so we can do so unopposed. As you see, you can't land on any of the red switches, you need to land on the green one. So now that we cleared the wall out of the way, go ahead and set up to make sure that you dive down, and once again, we're not going to fall onto the switch. What you need to do is line yourself up with the hole, swing around the water here, dive down a little bit, and ascend up into the switch. There you go. Make sure you kick off, because if you land on top of the red ones again, then you're just going to relock the Riddler trophy. So collect it, and that's that. We are actually going to pause there for now. We're going to pick this up in the next part. So thanks for watching. Good gaming. This is Oni Black Mage out.